When I'm making my videos, they tend to all have one thing in common. I record most things from one fixed angle. That works okay for a lot of shots, but it would be nice to have more angles to show more detail and just mix it up a bit. So in this video, I'm going to address that. This is sort of what my current camera setup looks like. It's pretty basic. I have a desk, a tripod, and a camera looking down onto the desk. But I don't want to just add more tripods. I want the camera to hang out over the desk. So I'm going to make something that mounts to the edge of the desk. It needs to be able to cope with different desk thicknesses, have several links to allow me to position the other camera wherever I want, and finally hold the camera, which in this case is going to be my phone. So my main camera and my phone can both record at the same time from two different angles, which is basically just shots of my hands from above and the side. So I decided to try and turn my concept sketch into some parts. I designed everything in Fusion 360. It took me just over an hour to get this first version ready to print. The parts look quite bulky, but the first version is more of a proof of concept, to see what issues I might have fitting things together. On this first pass, the ball for the ball joint didn't turn out very well. I was hoping the overhang wouldn't be much of an issue, but it turns out that gravity wins. Let's try a quick test fit and see if the link can clamp down on the ball enough to lock it in place. And it sort of doesn't work. I had thought that the bulky parts would be strong enough to really get a tight grip on the ball without deforming, but apparently not. Time to change the design slightly. I took away some of the material where I didn't think I needed it and tried moving the clamping point closer to the ball for more force. I also refined some of the other parts' designs slightly and split the ball into two pieces to try and get better print results. Then printed more parts. I started by assembling all the parts I had printed, the new ball and clamp, as well as the desk edge clamp. Hopefully this would work. And it did work, but I had made the design too intricate, and that had compromised the strength. Hopefully the new ball clamp would be a marked improvement on version 1. It was slightly stronger, so I tried attaching it to the desk clamp to get a feel for the ball clamp strength. Which was lacking, to say the least. So it was back for design round 3. I decided to simplify the shape of the teeth for the desk clamp so they could be bigger and stronger. Then the dreaded ball clamp. I decided to try and use a large threaded nut acting on a tapered face that could squash the clamp against the ball. So I set my printer to work once again. I was confident this time that the design would work. It's quite similar to some machining collets and how they clamp onto machine tools. But it turns out there is a reason that machining collets tend to have the nut on the front, and I should have done the same. So, for the final time, I changed my design, printed the parts, assembled them, and guess what? They actually clamp with a good amount of strength. With my newfound inspiration, I printed all the remaining parts in one packed print plate. Assembled them at the speed of light, and finally this is the result. I can simply slot this over the edge of my desk, adjust each link to the position I want, put my phone into the holder and tighten it up, and hit record. If you want to make or adapt this design to suit your needs, there is a link in the description to all the model files. I'm sure the design can be improved upon or could be adapted for other uses.